So have you been wondering if new construction really makes sense right now? Because honestly, for a lot of buyers here in the upstate of South Carolina, it absolutely does. If you've been thinking about buying a home here in the upstate of South Carolina, then new construction should really be on your radar. And that's not just because the homes are brand new. Right now, we've got a blend of new construction ranging from townhomes to single family homes in the mid 200,000s all the way up to 5, 6, 700,000. But it's not just because of the inventory and all the options. The real reason is all the incentives being offered. We're seeing everything from fixed 4.9% interest rates, huge closing cost credits from $10,000 to $15,000 in free money, all the builder warranties, appliance packages, smart home packages, and more in select communities. That can mean a lot of real savings up front, plus several $100s less on your monthly payment, which is important for most buyers. So today I'm going to walk you through why new construction may make a lot of sense for you as well as many other buyers here in the Greenville, South Carolina area. Hello friends, and welcome back to Living in the Upstate South Carolina, Buy Homes Ever After. And if we haven't met yet, we're passionate about helping people first and doing real estate second. We cover everything from home buyer tips to local insight to help the buying process here in South Carolina feel a lot less overwhelming. So if you're a first-time home buyer or relocating to the upstate, or maybe you're just trying to figure out whether or not resale or new construction is the best move right now, you're in the right place. So one of the biggest things we're seeing right now are the incredible builder incentives that are being offered, namely interest rate buydowns that's making home buying a lot more affordable, especially with financing. When I tell you these incentives are strong, they're strong. This is a lot bigger than just focusing on the list price. This actually comes down to what does my monthly payment look like and how much cash do I need up front? Because right now in our market and pretty much the rest of the world where they're getting on average a 6 to a 6.1, 6.2% interest rate, a 4.9% rate can shave hundreds of dollars off your monthly payment. And let's say you have an overall budget of $350,000 and you're looking at a resale home with a 6.2 interest rate attached to it versus new construction with all the warranties and all the other things that we're going to talk about. But that 4.9% rate versus a 6.2% rate when you're spending the exact same money can really make a big difference on your monthly payment. And when you're looking at purchasing a home, you've got moving expenses and down payments and closing cost credits and all the other things that comes along with making such a move. Having incentives up to $10,000 to $15,000 in closing costs can definitely bring you peace of mind. Another reason new construction makes a lot of sense right now is because typically overall, you're going to get a lot more value for your money. And as I mentioned, in our market, we have single family and townhomes that start anywhere from the low to mid 200s all the way up to $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 plus. And so there's a lot of options and there's a lot of incentives regardless of the price point that you're looking at. So when you factor in things like rate buydowns, your closing cost credits, the appliance packages, smart home packages, all the warranties and things that are included, that value can be pretty compelling. And so not to talk you out of resale, but when you look at everything on paper and you're looking at the value provided by the builders and how much out-of-pocket money they can actually save you in addition to the rate buydowns and so forth, you really want to consider everything and look at the big picture before you just dive right in. Sometimes a resale home may look similar on paper, but once you factor in repairs, updates, higher interest rates, and the out-of-pocket closing cost, the new construction option may make a whole lot more sense for you financially. That's why when you're looking to spend a certain amount of money, it's great to step back and look at the big picture and not just the list price of a home. There's a lot of value in lower maintenance living, and that provides some peace of mind that most people may not realize. This is probably one of the most important benefits that's overlooked when you're considering new construction. And so when you're buying a resale home, even one that's been well maintained, there's certain things to consider like the age of the roof, the HVAC, the appliances, and other things that may be out of date and could be costly repairs down the road. With new construction, everything is completely brand new and backed by warranties, including the appliances. And because purchasing a home is already such a huge step, it's already a pretty costly investment, the last thing for most people that they want is to get into a property and to immediately have to start doing repairs. Unless, of course, the price is reflective of the work that needs to be done. But a lot of people, especially those that want peace of mind, turnkey with low maintenance, there's a lot of value there. And with new construction, there's something else to consider, and that's more modern layouts. Open floor plans really didn't exist in the older homes. So having that open living space, larger kitchens is also something you're going to find. The more modern homes, more modern lifestyle, it's going to be a little bit different, especially some of your older homes that have not been renovated or updated over the years. And with with a lot more people working from home today, you're going to find office spaces, flex spaces, and stuff like that in a lot of the newer homes, which again wasn't as common back in the day. And new construction can really work for a wide range of buyers. And with homes starting in the low to mid 200s all the way up to honestly $1 million if you wanted to spend that much, there's really something for everyone. So if you've assumed that new construction is out of reach for you, or maybe you've not considered it all, might be a good time to look at it. It can usually be a lot easier to budget for new construction as well. One thing that buyers appreciate is the predictability. With a new construction home, you know what your systems are going to be like, what features are included, what incentives are available, and what your upfront costs may look like. And that kind of clarity can be very helpful, especially for people who are planners and they like to know exactly what to expect when making such a decision, and also help you avoid any financial surprises. And when you combine all the builder incentives like lower interest rates and closing costs, new construction can feel a lot more approachable. But keep in mind, you also need your own representation. That's so important. Even if you don't take anything else from this video, please listen to this. Do not walk into a new construction community without having your own realtor. The on-site agent, who may be very nice and friendly, they work for the builder. They can be extremely helpful, but their goal is to represent the builder's interest. You still want someone helping you who understands the different communities, all the different incentives that exist, looking at resale versus new construction and understanding those comps, review all the timelines and expectations, and to really protect your best interest throughout the entire process. New construction is definitely an amazing option, but you still want and need someone in your corner. So in a market like we have here in Greenville and Spartanburg, South Carolina as a whole, where so many buyers are really looking at affordability, upfront costs, cash to close, and things like that, new construction is really checking a lot of boxes for people right now. And because these incentives really vary from builder to builder, community to community, and also the timeline, the move-in readiness of the home, it's really helpful to have someone local who understands the incentives, who's aware of what's going on in the marketplace, who can help point you in the right direction. So I'd really love to know in the comments, if you were to buy right now, would you look at new construction or only consider resale? So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and maybe even share it with someone who might find this helpful and looking for similar information. If you're thinking about making a move in the upstate, somewhere around Greenville, Spartanburg County, and you're looking for some guidance on new construction, you want to know the best incentives that are available, feel free to reach out. Our contact information is down below. If you'd love some help making the best decision for your situation and saving some time on all the noise that's out there, we'd love to help you. And if you want to see what new construction actually looks like here in the upstate, check out a few of these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.